It's 6 o'clock, so let's get started. My name is John Urino. I'm the zoning examiner for the city of Tucson. And we have one case on the docket for this evening's hearing. It's case TP ENT 0323-00018 TEP Vale Substation. Ms. Perrell, are you presenting the staff report or Ms. Gayoso? Gayoso, sorry.
Maria is. Oh, Maria, you're on mute.
Thank you. Mr. Urino, good evening. Yes, I'll be presenting. My name is Maria Galloso, Principal Planner at the City of Tucson Planning and Development Services Department. And this is a request by TEP to rezone a portion, about 125 acres of a 219-acre parcel from RH to I1. For the expansion of the existing TEP substation on site. With that expansion, they're planning on building a new 200 megawatt battery energy storage system, switch yard, also a new transmission substation of 230 kV, a switch yard and power lines, also a second 200 megawatt battery energy storage system or BESS and a switch yard, and also the expansion of the existing 138 kilowatt substation. The project is just south of I-10 on Rita Road. The preliminary development plan provided by the applicant indicates that the area to be rezoned, those 125 acres, are to be occupied by, these new constructions and the best facilities. And the remaining of the area that will not be rezoned is to remain vacant, at least for now. In the RH zone, the proposed utilities distribution system and renewable energy generation lines are not allowed, and that's the reason of the request to rezone to I1. And that's what I have. Mr. Urino and the applicant is here to also help answer any questions.
Thank you, Ms. Gayoso. Would the applicant like to be heard now?
We're TP. I think that there might be someone in the waiting room. Is anybody there? Brian Pugh?
I don't see Brian.
Okay. So can we share our screen?
Yeah, please go ahead.
All right, thank you. Let me just do that. All right. All right. It looks like two people are waiting to be admitted. I don't know why. But,
Okay, well, I don't get to control that, so
Let me see here.
Ms. Perrell, could you let them in?
Yeah, I don't think we have a waiting room for this.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I'll send the link again.
Okay. Maybe just should we wait just a minute for that, or we can start?
It's fine with me to wait, no problem. We're not.
Okay, let's just see if we can get him in. And
Sure, go for it.
Yeah, do you want to forward them the link again?
I did.
Okay.
So maybe Kelly and Brian will get it. Can you just text them and let them know?
Yep.
I just sent it to him.
Okay, thank you.
There we go. Now, do you want to go ahead and get your screen up?
Is it up or no?
I can't see it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Now it can.
Now you can. Okay, good. Is it in presentation mode?
It is not.
No, okay, great. It is now, right?
It is now, yeah.
Very good. Did we get
I saw Kelly get on,
great,
but I don't see Brian yet.
okay. Just give him 1 minute.
Are you also expecting Greg Whale? or
Yes.
Whale?
Yes, I
Okay.
think yeah,
I believe he's on.
Okay, perfect. Thanks.
well,
There's Brian.
there's Brian. Okay, great. Perfect time. Oh, he's connecting. Here we go.
Brian's going to kick us off.
Yeah. Are you there, Brian?
Sorry about that, wrong link. Evening, Mr. Guarino.
Good evening.
Awesome here today to talk about the 230 kV substation and BESS and wall and 138 kV expansion for the Vale substation. Tonight we have Neil Saunders, the Principal Renewable Development Project Manager, myself, Sean Bowen, who's the Manager of Renewable Development, Kelly Arnold Wilson, who's the Senior Engineering Project Manager, will be speaking, but we have Stephen Eddy and Clark Briner behind us to if there are any questions that come up.
Okay, thank you. Go ahead.
As you know from the application and this in the staff report, and again, thank you, Maria, for preparing that so in such a timely manner. We're looking at rezoning 125 acres of the 218 acre parcel from rural homestead to industrial 1. So we have permitted uses for the battery energy storage, the 230 kV substation, the 130 kV substation expansion, and basically the wall, basically zero setback for 1,000 feet along which the security wall that will help ballistic protection for both the existing substation and the new one. This was, as you read from the materials, it went through the Rincon. It was an amendment to the Rincon Southeast sub-regional plan in 2000, which prepped it for an I2 rezoning. The TP changed from that generation plan to a transmission plan, so they didn't meet conditions, and the case was closed in 2013. Go ahead, Neil. Just quickly, the surrounding land uses, we have supporting industrial land uses from the Pima County's Sheriff's Office, El Paso Gas, surrounded by a sea of state land. And that substation was built about 50 years ago, along with all the 345 kV transmission that feeds from our generation facility to the north. And then we obviously are accessing on I-10 from Rita Ranch interchange. And then across the street, of course, is the UA Science Technology. There is a residential area that's it's 2,200 feet away. And I think that you probably saw some of the visual photos of that to show that it's not really even close enough to even see the existing substation. So it's quite a distance. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Sean Bowen.
Thank you. Good evening. Why the Vale site? Essentially, this is the center of our local transmission grid. We have multiple voltage transmission lines coming into the site, and it ties us to the western grid, which will allow us to charge this battery system with excess solar on the grid. It's currently TEP owned. We have access to I-10. Site has preferred hydrology, and it's currently in an industrial commercial area. Next slide, Dan. So the rezoning will be in phases, or the construction will be in phases. Phase 1 will be the 200 megawatt facility on the north in the green, and phase 2 will be the expansion of the 230K substation in blue. Phase 3 is a potential second 200 megawatt battery system. And then phase 4 would be the expansion of the 138 kV substation. Next slide. The site, we've already completed the hydrology study, the cultural study, and the biological study. All came back with positive results for this site. Next one, yeah. We will have to build private road to access the battery energy storage site along the north perimeter of the existing substation. That road will comply with all Department of Transportation requirements, and we are getting input from the emergency responders for that site or for that road. And Kelly, do you want to talk about the substation?
Yes, thank you, Sean, and good evening, everyone. So this slide provides the details in regards to the 230 kV substation. So TEP acquired the rights to develop the Vail to Tortolita portion of the Southline transmission project. And because of that, we need a 230 kV substation at the end of our line circuit. That substation will increase system reliability and support renewable integration. The substation projected construction start date is Q1 of 2025 with an anticipated construction finish date of Q1 2026. And the graphic on this slide, the top one, the yellow box there depicts the location of where that 230 kV yard will be located.
Thanks, Kelly. Good evening. Neil Saunders here. I just wanted to tell you the reason why we're putting a battery. Obviously, there's the substation, and that's for part of the renewables integration, but our battery has some significance in terms of our transition from our current resource mix to what we're looking for in another 10 years. So it's kind of a busy slide, but if you just take a peek and look at the donut graphs, that's what sort of is important here. And what you'll see in 2020, we were looking at about 50% of our energy mix was coal. And as you notice, as we move along through the years, that blue segment reduces down till we get to 2035, where there's zero coal and we're at 70% renewables. So in order to do that, we need to replace that coal with roughly 2,000 megawatts of solar and wind. And we'll also need to build in a fair amount of energy storage at 1,400 megawatts to support those renewables. Just to sort of talk about some of the alignments, as we transition this portfolio, you'll find that the benefits run downstream. First, we're going to get some support from the federal government to build the resources in the form of the Inflation Reduction Act that passed last year. And then those benefits that come from our first, the solar that we already have out there, but the battery will again flow downstream to large energy users in our territory, namely City of Tucson with its recently passed 10-year climate action plan. And additionally, Pima County has got their own climate goals that will be supported by this decarbonization. And deeper decarbonization will come as vehicles, light duty vehicles and personal vehicles start to transition to electric, and mostly fleet electrification, which will sort of support that sort of grid-wide decarbonization. And with that, I just finish up and hand it off to Brian to close this out. Or maybe not. Well, anyway, we'll just, I think there was a...
Sorry about that. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, sorry, go ahead, Brian.
Oh, sorry. So Mr. Urito, thanks again for your time. Again, we'll post this all at our project site at tep.com, the Vail Substation. Again, I just want to say thank you, appreciate the thorough and timely work of the staff on the project report. And, we are in agreement with staff's recommendation, and we'll meet the, the preliminary conditions that were listed in the staff report. So
Thank you very much. Would anyone else in the audience like to be heard? Hearing no one, Mr. Pugh and your team, as always, a very nice presentation, very well reasoned, very well presented, and I'm taking the matter under advisement. As you know, I issue a preliminary report within 5 business days and then a final report 5 business days after that. So with that, I'm closing the public hearing. I want to thank everyone for their participation, and I hope everyone has a safe and lovely evening. Good night.
Thank you very much.
Folks.
Thank
night.
you.
Thank you.